guys, and welcome to this video. This is MDubs here. With the completion of the Booster Course Pass, I'll be re-ranking all the courses in the Mario Kart series to ultimately come up with my top 264 Mario Kart tracks. I will be taking a look at all the titles from Super Mario Kart through Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and ranking the courses in each game. I will not be including the Super Circuit SNES tracks or any of the arcade game. I will not be including Mario Kart Tour content within this series. You can expect some Mario Kart Tour rankings at a later point. Up next is Mario Kart Wii. This is a favorite for many Mario Kart fans, and while I'm not in that boat, I do think that this game is the third best in the series. As a result, it has a G-score of 4. Mario Kart Wii to me feels like a brand new era for Mario Kart. You can now trick off of ramps and do awesome stunts. Motion controls are implemented into the game with the Wii Wheel making its debut. They introduced Tap Pipe Swisher, reintroduced Mario Kart Tour, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pass. The game has tons of replayability and a fairly solid online mode. Now, as for the courses, we have a handful of decent retro tracks and some that aren't anything too special. As for the Nitro tracks, there's several extraordinary Nitro tracks that became fan favorites for the Mario Kart community as a whole, including me. I have a ranking system that you can learn about if you're not familiar with it, but if you are, a timestamp will be provided in the description to skip the ranking system. So here's the ranking system really quickly. Each track will be rated out of 100. This will be its total T-score, represented in yellow. The closest to 100 it is, the better the track is. I once again have the GEM system, which stands for Game, Entertainment, Music, and Scenery. G for Game, represented in orange, is a rating of 1 to 5 on how much I like the game that the course is from. E for Entertainment, represented in red, is a rating of 1 to 75 on how fun I think the course is. M for Music, represented in blue, is a rating of 1 to 15 on how much I enjoy the course's music. I previously had this rated out of 10, but I think the music really does help determine how much I like a course. S for Scenery, represented in green, is a rating of 1 to 5 on how much I enjoy a course's scenery. I previously had this rated out of 10 as well, but I don't think scenery has too much of an impact on how much I like a course. Add those 4 factors together to get your T-score. Once again, I have a tiering system, however it's changed up a bit. A score's T-score will place it in a tier. 0 through 29 will put it in the F tier. These tracks leave much to be desired. 30 to 44 is in the D tier, and these tracks aren't that great, but they have some redeeming qualities. 45 through 59 is the C tier. I don't mind these tracks, but there's better ones. And then 60 to 74 is the B tier. I like these tracks quite a bit. And then 75 through 89 is the A tier. I really like these tracks, but they're not my all-time favorites. 90 through 94 is the S tier. These tracks are extremely fun to play on with lots of good qualities. And then 95 through 100 is the SS tier. And that's a new tier that I'm putting into my ranking videos. But these tracks are the best of the best. They are legendary. With all that out of the way, let's get to the ranking. Number 32, SNES Ghost Valley 2. The lanes are a lot less narrow now, and the shortcut can now be taken without the feather. The music to this track is still unbearable though. Number 31, SNES Mario Circuit 3. And just like that, both the SNES tracks are out. The hairpin turn in this track is a lot more manageable to take, so this course loses its frustration from the original version. It's still extremely unremarkable though. Number 30, Luigi Circuit. This course does a very bad job at giving the player a sense of the gimmick for this game. In Mario Kart Wii, of course, the main gimmick is tricking off of ramps. There's only one ramp in this course and it's entirely off-road. Other than that, it's just a fairly boring opener track with boost pads that actually slow you down. Number 29, DS Desert Hills. This track returns from Mario Kart DS and not much has really changed except for the ability to trick off of the bumpy hills. I will reiterate that this track only suffers due to its bad music. The course itself is okay. Number 28, DS Yoshi Falls. The quick little circle around some luxurious waterfalls returns into this game, and honestly not much has changed either besides an added ramp. Number 27, N64 Sherbetland. This course has definitely been cleaned up from its previous iteration where the ice physics are quite unmanageable. Be careful not to fall into the drink though, or you will turn into a block of ice upon being retrieved by Lakitu. Number 26, N64 Mario Raceway. An easygoing race with a few enemies and some twists and turns with a giant warp pipe towards the end that you can now trick off of. Number 25, GBA Shy Guy Beach. A quick little sprint around a nice beach with some cannonballs being blessed at you with even more range than they had in the previous game. Admittedly, the touches added to this track are fairly nice, but it doesn't do a whole lot to improve it. Number 24, Mario Circuit. It's this game's Mario Circuit. A step up from the previously mentioned Luigi Circuit. There's a giant chain chomp you have to avoid, but you can take a sick ramp and cut the course while avoiding him. Number 23, GCN Peach Beach. I think that a decent portion of the retro tracks brought back into this game are fairly mediocre, but a step up from the ones brought back in Mario Kart DS. Peach Beach fits here. Not much changed from the previous version, beyond being able to trick off the ramps this go around. Number 22, Moo Moo Meadows. It's a beginner track, but this one is a lot better than Moo Moo Farm, mainly because the cows that are in the background for that track are now out and about on this track as obstacles. If I run into one of the cows by accident, I don't get upset or anything. In fact, I just laugh it off and go about my day. Number 21, GCN Mario Circuit. There's 4 Mario Circuit-esque courses in this game, and this one is the best out of all of them. You can now trick off of all those bumpy hills towards the end of the track, but watch out for the Goombas. Number 20, N64 DK's Jungle Parkway. Much like Sherbetland, they cleaned up this track quite a bit too, removing all the jank and the feature where you get pelted with coconuts if you go off track. With Mario Kart Wii's polished steering, the very sharp turns are a lot more manageable. I think this course should have waited one more game to have a glider ramp added on the giant jump, but all in all this track is a really nice improvement. Number 19, GBA Bowser Castle 3. Well, this track works really well for Mario Kart Wii because there's a few jumps that you can trick off of. It's just about the right length for any course, which some of the earlier courses struggle with being too short or too long. The music is also not demolished like it was in Mario Kart DS, so it's definitely a step up for sure. Number 18, Daisy Circuit. This is a circuit course that doesn't share its music with the rest of the circuit courses, and the music is pretty good. As for the course itself, it's fairly decent. You can drive on the side of the track, and there's a nice shortcut towards the beginning where you can do a trick. The scenery is just flat out gorgeous. It all takes place under a lovely sunset with some statues of Daisy and Luigi, and their baby versions. Number 17, Wario's Gold Mine. This has got to be one of the most frustrating courses ever. Those minecarts can go screw themselves. Sometimes they leave little to no room to drive on the course with. The chain reaction of hitting a minecart and then falling into the deep abyss is not fun at all. Beyond that, it's a fairly exhilarating course that gives a roller coaster feel to it with all the downward and upward inclines. It's just a bit too frustrating for its own good. Number 16, Grumble Volcano. Mario Kart Wii introduced quite a few tracks that had some cool gimmicks in them, and this is one of them. As you race, the course starts to fall apart with pieces of the course sinking straight into a pit of lava. This leaves less room to drive throughout the duration of the course and increases the difficulty from start to finish. The intense music perfectly suits the course. It's a very thrilling track that starts the first half of this list in the A tier, so the rest of the tracks coming up are absolutely incredible. Number 15, DS Peach Gardens. One of the better courses for Mario Kart DS making a return, which is nice because we got 2 of the lower end tracks from that game, so it perfectly balances out. Not much has changed besides a few off-road ramps being added, but whether you're playing it on a handheld device or a home console, it's still lots of fun to race through the hedge maze with chain chomps lurking about and zooming through the flowers. Number 14, Moonview Highway. Oh me, oh my, I think this course takes the cake for the most frustrating track in the series, and strangely enough, that's part of the charm of it. It's a highway track done right. There's no way to predict what pattern the cars are going to take. You are liable to be hit at any moment if you're not very careful. The cars also drive a lot faster than they do in previous highway tracks. The music to this course is also very intense and upbeat, which matches the rhythm of the cars coming straight at you. Number 13, N64 Bowser's Castle. One of the better retro courses brought back. Not really much has changed beyond some improved graphics and being able to trick off the ledges of the ramparts where the lava geysers are. This course had a little bit of jank in Mario Kart 64, and that's been fixed here. Overall, just a fairly enjoyable track that's nice to see in this game with polished controls. Number 12, Mushroom Gorge. Maybe a hot take, maybe not. Don't get me wrong, I love this course and the gimmick within this track has been used in several Mario Kart courses that followed it. You bounce on giant mushrooms to make your way through the course. It's so very fun to play on. The biggest issue is the item carnage, especially in the cave area. One false move in that cave and you're falling straight into the giant abyss. There's zero room for error in this course and any slip up can easily cost you the race. It's a great course, but in terms of Mario Kart Wii, there's just several others that I prefer more. But I'm always happy to do a race on Mushroom Gorge, despite how swingy it can be at times. Number 11, GCN Waluigi Stadium. This course right here was just tailor-made for Mario Kart Wii and its physics. There are bumpy hills everywhere that you can trick off of, as well as some ramps. This course makes good use of the half pipes as you can take them to avoid the mecha piranha plants. They did a good job of recognizing a course from the past that would be a perfect fit for this game's engine. Once again, I would like to mention that the music in this course is an absolute freaking banger. Number 10, Toad's Factory. This course is probably one of the hardest Mushroom Cup tracks you'll ever encounter, but it's a very creative concept. It introduces the pads with green arrows sending you forward and red arrows sending you back. There's lots of obstacles you have to avoid in this course, and it is a course that desperately needs to be remade because it's such a solid track from this game, accompanied with some banger music. Number 9, DS Delfino Square. Just an amazing Mario Kart DS course that I'm glad to see come back in this game. Doing a giant trick off of the drawbridge is really awesome. I would love to see this being remade with the glider pad, but this course is a classic with some really catchy music. Number 8, GCN DK Mountain. A classic from Mario Kart Double Dash makes a welcome return in this game. A few ramps are added, and there's some unnecessary half pipes in this course. A few features that maybe give the impression that sometimes you don't need to fix what's not broken. Regardless though, this is a timeless classic and the best retro course of this game. However, it does have some good competition. Number 7, Dry Ruins. I am clearly not a big fan of desert themed courses, but this one is an exception. Usually I don't like desert courses due to its music, but I absolutely love the song to this course, and that includes the song going into the temple. This is one of very few courses that brings good use half pipes, where you use them to trick over the thick piles of sand. There's lots of opportunities to trick on this course, be it from the ramps in this course or the pillars that fall towards the beginning of it. It's a desert track done completely right, and nothing has come even close to matching its perfection. Number 6, Bowser's Castle. This is a Bowser's Castle track done right. There's not many places to hide as there's a giant Bowser hurling enormous fireballs straight at you, and if you don't have anything to help you out, you are forced to use the half pipes to avoid them, which makes good use of a feature in this game which had a few courses that made it more of a hindrance than a help. There's lots of ramps to take, and towards the end there's some lava geysers to watch out for, which is a nice touch. The music is the same as Maple Tree Ways, just intensified. It starts out soft and then builds its way up. Number 5, Coconut Mall. It's just a timeless classic. Race your way up and down the escalators through various parts of a mall. There are several opportunities to trick to gain some speed, and there's a few corkscrew turns which are fun to take. Towards the end of the track, you can see your Mii's driving in cars which you have to watch out for. The music is lovely to listen to, of course, so yeah, it's top 5 material for this game, but not quite SS tier for me. Number 4, DK Summit. If Dry Ruins is a desert course done right, then this is a snow course done right. You start out automatically blasting out of a cannon towards a downhill slope that has half pipes all the way down. They may not be practical, but they're extremely fun to take. Then towards the middle of the track there's several snow hills that you can trick off of. Then you hit the double cut, which Lakitu is a lot more forgiving if you fail than the 8 Deluxe remake. Last but not least, there are thick sheets of snow in the middle of the track, as well as skiing Shy Guys, where half pipes are essential to use to avoid getting slowed down and hit. It's a great course where you're able to grab plenty of airtime, be it from the half pipes, the giant cannon, or some of the ramps on the course. It's a thrill from start to finish, accompanied with some fun music. Number 3, Koopa Cape. I absolutely love this course. First of all, let's start with the music. It changes a few times throughout the course. Once when you're at the river, which while driving on it will give you a small speed boost, which is a really nice touch. It also changes when you go into the giant tube, with some of the water from the river rushing down to give you some more speed. The speed boosts are nice, but you'll have to be careful not to hit one of the electric spinners, which only exist in this iteration of the course. Once you're out of the tube, stay away from the waterfall, as if you graze it even slightly, you're going to fall. Besides all of that, there's lots of fun ramps to take and several opportunities for off-road shortcuts. It's just one of the best courses Mario Kart Wii has to offer. Number 2, Rainbow Road. It was so tough deciding which one was better out of the top 2, as they're both fantastic. Regardless, the Rainbow Road in this game is just simply wonderful. From start to finish, you're met with a challenge with limited guardrails, but there's lots of opportunity to trick, be it from the half pipes or the waves in the road. Towards the middle of the track, there's 2 giant holes where if you have enough speed built up, you can jump right over them, which is a huge time saver. The glorious rainbow cannon from Mario Kart Double Dash makes a return, and then you take a half pipe, and then you're met with a fork in the road, which isn't terribly common in Mario Kart. The course is also full of speed boosts from start to finish, so you will go fast, but hopefully not too fast to where you will fall off the edge. The music to this course is just a flat-out masterpiece. Being a Rainbow Road, it's clearly on the challenging side of things, but that's what the last course of the game is supposed to be. And that's always the charm of the Rainbow Road tracks. They offer some difficulty. They test your skills. This course is just beautiful in many different ways, but yet I gave the number 1 spot to a different track in this game. And that track is number 1, Maple Treeway. This course is just majestic. I love it from start to finish. Right off the bat, there's a shortcut you can take, which isn't just a cut through the grass. Then you blast out of a cannon onto a tree. From there, you see piles of leaves, which contain goodies or gags, such as a star or a banana. Then you make your way towards the middle of the track with 2 wigglers stampeding around. You continue driving with some speed boosts and half pipes, and even more piles of leaves until you come across this net trampoline that was also only seen in this iteration. And I could not tell any of you why, because it's such a nice touch. From start to finish, this course is calm and peaceful with beautiful and serene music to accompany it. But there's also enough excitement to keep you on your toes. It's just a nitro course done correct. A nice shortcut, a cannon, a unique enemy, some speed boosts and ramps, some half pipes, a trampoline, and those piles of leaves which provide items to the racers. From start to finish, it's just absolutely incredible. And it earns the number 1 spot of this incredible milestone for the series, Mario Kart Wii. Anyway, that will be concluding my Mario Kart Wii ranking. This game was just incredible. It brought so many new gimmicks that just became staples of present-day Mario Kart. The track selection was also very good. It brought back a few really good retro tracks, and the nitro tracks are just incredible. There are some absolute gems in the Mario Kart series that came from this game, and they did a fantastic job with it. Up next will be my Mario Kart 7 rankings. Thanks for watching, and until then, this is MDubs signing out.